All right, so I'm going to share with you two recent stories that have happened to me not happened to me, but just happened in my life. And it was like these moments of awareness that I had that I know you'll get a lot out of it. If you're the kind of person who wants to have a better life, wants to enjoy more out of your life, wants to be able to be present, for yourself and for those around you. If you don't see value in that, I don't know what you see value in that, straight up. So, first though, it was the other day I was at jiu-jitsu. So I've been going to jiu-jitsu lately. It started like 5 months ago. I was coming back from Chicago from a business trip, and I was just binging these audios from this guy Tim Kennedy. He's a Navy SEAL, and then Jocko Willink. And it was awesome because they were explaining how having the ability to know like how to maneuver your body, how to maneuver other people, that kind of thing, it has so many dividends that pays off in your life. So this is not a promotion for jiu-jitsu per se, but a call to you to realize the power of being equal, being connected to your physical body, to physical reality, because you do live in physical reality. Like some days you might forget that. Some days you're scrolling so much that you lose track of that, or you'll get into a heated debate with somebody or your spouse or whatever, and it's like you'll just go into your mind. And you ever have this where you're going back and forth in your mind, and you're like talking to yourself like, oh, like if I just said this, oh, I could have got him so good, or oh, I should have said this here, and I should text him and tell him this or call him and whatever. It's like you're not even in reality. Now, thank goodness you have a body, and your unconscious mind is so intelligent that you keep your heart beating and your cells, keep replicating and all that stuff. Like if it was just up to our conscious mind, we'd be screwed, right? We wouldn't even be here. So I want to talk on this really profound point that's kind of come up for me. So anyway, I'm listening to all this Tim Kennedy stuff, and I kind of like his way of looking at things. He's very big on knowing how to defend yourself, and he's like a military dude, and he's more of a fan of looking at the world of like, look, there are gonna be situations in the world where people have weapons and things like that, and you're better off knowing how to navigate that situation effectively and deal with it for the sake of you and everyone around you than not knowing how. And I agree with that camp. I'm not going to go into paranoia or anything like that, but just in terms of practicality, I have a family, I have a son, we live on a homestead, there's just practical things that you need to know how to deal with stuff. And that part of that's just being a man, being an adult, both. So I'm listening to this, and I get the idea of I used to go to jiu-jitsu and boxing and MMA stuff a long time ago when I lived in Boston, but it just wasn't practical with my schedule and everything. I'm looking at now that I'm in a position where I'm making good money, I have a family, we have a home, I have a lot of stuff in order in my life. I'm looking at now the next 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 years, and I'm like, what kind of life do I want to live? Because it's just one thing to kind of go through life and just, not really look at your health and longevity and stuff like that. But I've been looking at it, and I'm like, yeah, I am here to, I just had a call come in. I'm here to really make the most out of my life and really have the biggest impact that I can. And in order to do that, I have to honor my body. There's a principle, and the principles within Self-Perfected and this group that we have, where the 13th principle is honor your body as a temple. And so I'm looking at this and I'm seeing, okay, I see doing jiu-jitsu, MMA. I'm not going in the ring punching people and getting punched in the face. That's not my cup of tea. I'm not going for brain damage or concussions. I know some people like to do that kind of thing, but nonetheless, Tim Kennedy was saying this fascinating thing where these paratroopers, in the military nowadays, well, they've had this, since they've had planes, but you have the people jump out of planes and the parachute and then they land. And in the basic training, the base jumping, all that stuff, people nowadays are breaking their legs when they land way more than they ever have. And he was making this point that nowadays people are so soft. As a kid, you're sheltered and you play video games as a kid. instead of going outside with your friends and going and tackling each other. Like, I remember as a kid growing up, my friends and I would wrestle. We would play tackle football. You would just be out there, and it was like, who cared if you got hurt, you got a bloody nose. And nowadays I remember growing up too, it's like I would have more friends where their moms were like really intense and overbearing, and it was just like this fear around like playing too tough. And there's a balance, just send your kids out there and have them beat each other up. That's not an effective way to raise a kid, but to make sure that these kids have this ability to really use their body, and this fascinating thing that our body has, which is this anti-fragility, which is when you get hit or you get tackled or you get punched or whatever, your body actually grows back stronger. Again, the stressor, there's like specifics to this, but the more you can deal with reality and get hit and use your body, the stronger you get. It's not just your bones, but your ligaments have this, your tendons, all of that, is the cartilage in your body can get stronger. And so I've been looking at this. So then I started up jiu-jitsu again, maybe 2-3 months ago. And I've been kind of on and off right now, just with having our son be born recently, but it's been really cool because I think about work a lot. Like, I'm obsessed with what I do. I love what I do. I love the people that I work with. I work on TechnoTutor, so we have an education company that is literally on track to disrupt the education system, like how Amazon disrupted the retail industry, and now they're disrupting all these other, industries, like web services, for example. That's what TechnoTutor is, but to the world of education. So public, private, universities, ongoing education, adult education, self-development, coaching, therapy, all of that. That's what TechnoTutor is positioned on. And so I mean, you could imagine that could be something that you could really fall in love with and enjoy. And there's so much you can do, and I'm always thinking about it. But the thing that I've found, and this is the point of this video, is when I'm in jiu-jitsu now and I'm experiencing headlocks and grappling and doing different moves and learning how to use my body in certain ways where you can pick someone up and throw them and things like that, there's no time for me to think about business. When I'm in there, I'm in there. And that's how I've now really got even better at approaching my life, is like, when I'm in business mode, I'm in business mode. When I'm hanging out with my son, I'm there. I'm hanging out with him. When I'm at jiu-jitsu, I'm there. When I'm hanging out with my wife, I'm with her. I just pour myself into it. And so when I'm making a video like this, I'm not thinking about what I'm gonna do tomorrow, or I'm not thinking about the food I wanna eat or whatever. It's like, I throw myself into the thing, because we live in this wonderful reality. It has a lot of potential for it to be wonderful, but I also realize it's hell on earth for billions of people on this planet. And so I pour myself fully into it. And I've designed my life so that I have things like jiu-jitsu and, working out and things like that, so I can have longevity in it. So my desires for this video, to get you to wake up and realize maybe you're missing some stuff, right? Maybe you're not going all out. Maybe you're holding back. Maybe you're like, for example, I just filled up the water we have these chickens and ducks and stuff, and every, week I have to refill these 2 jugs of water. I'm like lifting this heavy jug, and it's like, I'm there with it. I'm doing it. I'm, providing life to these animals, and then they lay eggs, and then we get to eat them. It's this really cool thing where, as you get more and more in touch with your physical reality, things really open up. And I'm really excited because this upcoming week I'm going to Pittsburgh to hang out with one of my business partners, and then going to New York, and we're having a meetup there. And then the next week we're going to Texas, and I'll be like doing cool things. I hope I can ride a horse. Our friends got a horse. I think they did. I don't know. I couldn't tell what that was, but like they have a cow, and you can like milk the cow and drink the milk and stuff. It's so cool because this is what's possible. And if you want to have more awesome physical experiences and enjoy that, but also do it with purpose and connect with like-minded people who want to have that kind of similar experience and camaraderie, but then also go share it and scale it in business and make a lot of money doing it. If you like that kind of thing, let's connect, so I can tap you into the network and a bunch of other people who think like me. All right, thanks for watching. See ya.